everyone and welcome to the rather unusual Renault Arkana. And I say that because this car is a little bit like the half deer, half man in Narnia. It's half SUV and half coupe, which is an intriguing mix in anyone's book.
It's also one that's becoming more and more popular, with premium examples including the BMW X4 and Mercedes-Benz GLC Coupe providing a hit with customers. The Arkana, though, is much cheaper and lines up against cars like the Toyota CHR and Citroën C4 hatchback.
So, if you like the idea of an SUV but want something more svelte and streamlined, then stick around, because I'm going to tell you whether the Arkana is worth your hard-earned cash. I'm Hope Ellen, and this is another Parker's Cars review. Before we get started, press that subscribe button and, whilst you're there, click on the bell icon, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, so you never miss any of our new videos. You don't want to be the only one not in the know, do you?
At the time of filming, there's only 2 engines on offer in the Arkana, a 142 horsepower full hybrid, badged E-Tech, and a 138 horsepower mild hybrid named TCE 140. Both are petrol powered and do not require plugging in to gain charge. This does mean, however, that its electric only capability is a fraction of what dedicated EVs or plug-in hybrids can offer. All versions of the Arkana come with front-wheel drive and an automatic gearbox.
There's no doubt that Renault cabins have improved immeasurably over the last couple of years, with cars such as the Clio and the Kadjar showcasing stylish and clever interiors. However, I don't think that's transferred over to the Arkana. For starters, there's lots of cheap-feeling textured plastic, and it's a real shame there's no floating centre console like you get in the Kadjar. As with all SUVs, the driving position is elevated in the Arkana. This gives you a good view out, even if these windscreen pillars are on the large side. Meanwhile, the seats are very comfy with lots of adjustments on offer, whether you opt for the standard or electrically adjustable versions. One other thing that's worth highlighting though, the full hybrid version's front seats are positioned higher up due to packaging reasons. This may not impact you, but it's definitely something to double check before you press the button on your order, as it may affect taller drivers and passengers.
The Arkana is currently available with 3 levels of trim. There's the base Iconic spec, S Edition and Sporty RS line. All versions get standard equipment, including a rear-view camera, wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, keyless entry and ignition, LED headlamps, traffic sign recognition and lane keeping assist with active steering and lane departure warning.
As standard, the Arkana gets a moderately sized 7-inch infotainment screen. However, in S Edition cars upwards, this grows to a more respectable 9.3-inch portrait screen, which are becoming more and more popular. Now, if you get the smaller 7-inch screen, it's worth remembering it does not come with built-in TomTom sat-nav. In this particular car, I've got the larger 9.3-inch infotainment screen, but you can just as easily use maps on your Android or Apple phone, which, to be honest, most people will do anyway. What I also like, in fact love, is that it doesn't control everything. There are still plenty of physical buttons and switches which are nice and easy to use while on the move. There's also a 7-inch digital dashboard display, as standard in all hybrids and S Edition and RS line mild hybrid engine models. Like the infotainment screen, it's very clear and has 3 customisable areas, allowing you to choose what information you want to see in front of you. Top tip, I would definitely consider some of this car's optional extras to make things a little plusher. The winter pack, where you get heated electric leather seats, is worthwhile, as is the option for adaptive cruise control if you do a lot of motorway driving. Finally, storage space in the Arkana is pretty good. We've got these chunky cup holders here, useful space in front of the gear lever, and reasonably sized door bins. Now that's the front. Let's hop in the back and check that out. Rear seat space is respectable in the Arkana, with those in the back benefiting from adequate head and legroom. However, like in the front, full hybrid versions have the seats mounted higher, so taller passengers may feel as though they are perched. Handy features in the back include ISOFIX points on the outer rear seats, this nice big fat armrest in the middle with a couple of cup holders in there, and standard fit USB for charging your gadgets.
The Arkana's boot size varies depending on what version you have. The E-Tech Hybrid measures up at 480 litres with the seats up and 1,263 litres with them folded down. Opt for the TCE Mild Hybrid version and this increases to 513 and 1,296 litres respectively. Either way, that's bigger than the Toyota CHR and Citroën C4. Meanwhile, a 2-level boot floor is standard in the Arkana, while the rear seats fold in a 60-40 split. A quick word of warning though, taller drivers should watch their head on the boot latch as it's very sharp and perfectly positioned to cause injury if you straighten up too quickly.
Before we take the Renault Arkana for a spin on the road, we've got a quick usability test to see how easy it is with doing the normal functions. So against the clock, I've got to fold down the rear seats so they're flat, tune in the radio to Absolute FM, and tell the sat-nav to take me to Buckingham Palace. This is Hope's Car Olympics. So open the car door, sometimes it's the bottom, it's not, it's at the top, and it folds down 2 in 1. That's how we like it. Run round, run round, run round. My giant coat is giving me a tangle. Down that one as well. Right there, nice and flat, big boot in there. Open here. Against the clock. That missed all right, infotainment screen. Let's go on to maps first because I feel like I'm more familiar with that. Buckingham. Come on, right, it's giving me suggestions, that's good. Press that one, press go. It's a bit slow, slow me down. Come on. Come on. What's it doing? New destination? No? Yes? It's working. It's whirring. It's whirring. Now I need to get Absolute Radio on. Radio. Come on, come on, come on. So I imagine it's a scroll. Yes. Look at me. I'm getting familiar. Oh. It's not in alphabetical order, is it? It hasn't got it. It's not on the list. It's not on the list. Absolute FM is not there. I'm running out of time and we like them too, so I'm gonna go with Kiss. I'm cheating. I know I'm cheating, but sometimes it's the only way. Kiss. Ooh. Ooh. Proof. There we go. So, as you can see, wasn't as smooth as I maybe would have liked it to be. I'm out of breath, I'm stressed, and it led me to cheating. There is lots of functionality in this car, not so much with the infotainment screen, that will take a little bit of time to get used to, but folding down the seats was really easy, so if you've got kids or whatever, that would be a nice easy functionality for you. Let's see if this is a smoother drive than it was to sort out the radio. The Arkana I'm driving here is the full hybrid E-Tech version, which features 2 electric motors in addition to the 1.6 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine. That means that compared to the mild hybrid version of this car, it can run on electric power only for short periods. You don't need to charge it either, as that's all done through regenerative braking. In theory, that means better fuel economy and better responses because the electric motor can assist the engine in powering the car along. In reality, the powertrain isn't very smooth and the performance does feel sluggish, with 0 to 62 miles per hour taking a whole 10.8 seconds. That, by today's standards, is slow. Real world fuel economy on this car is 48 miles per gallon, and the reason we know that is because it's being tested over a few months by one of the Parkers team. Don't forget, for a full review, head over to parkers.co.uk where you can find out more.
It may come as a surprise, but the Arkana actually has quite a firm ride regardless of which trim level you go for. That means it's not as comfortable as a Citroën C4 or even the Toyota CHR, and can struggle to stay smooth over your average British road.
The flip side of that firm suspension is that the Arkana does feel sharp to drive on a twisty road. Not overly so, and still away from being fun, but there is plenty of grip and the steering does feel nice and direct. There are 3 drive modes to choose from on all but the entry-level trim. It sounds like a nice addition, but in all honesty, you're best sticking with the standard hybrid mode at all times. So, if you're thinking about buying the Renault Arkana, but you're not sure which version to go for, here are my top 3 choices. For the cheapest, you want the iconic spec car with the mild hybrid engine. If you are a company car user, then go for that same spec of car, but this time choose the E-Tech full hybrid engine. And finally, if you want something that's fast and sporty, and you absolutely must have an Arkana, then go for the mild hybrid engine in the RS line trim. That's the quickest and the sportiest looking.
There's no doubt that the Renault Arkana stands out from the crowd, thanks to its distinctive styling, impressive value for money, and useful practicality.
However, you really do have to ask yourself how much the Arkana's unique body style is really worth to you. That's because there are plenty of regular SUVs out there, many of which are comparatively priced and deliver a better ride and more versatile range of engines. But if your heart is indeed set on having a Renault Arkana, then I recommend that you go for the mild hybrid model in S Edition trim with the winter pack as my guilty pleasure optional extra.